Hello, this is Michael Meyer for the Meyer team at Compass Real Estate, and I want to bring you something really interesting that I find fascinating as a broker who studies the market every single day. Tell me if you like this kind of information because I might make this a routine to share this kind of stuff. So first off, I'm about to bring a beautiful apartment to the market. You can see it behind me. And I can't give you too many details till we go live, but let me just tell you that it's in Greenwich Village. It is a bedroom, one bathroom apartment, obviously beautifully renovated. And the big question is, when do we list this property for sale? It is the beginning of January right now. And it's, a lot of people just come back from vacation and they're just getting into the groove of things. We were thinking about listing it at the end of last year, but New Year's and holidays, maybe not the best time to list a property for sale. So the question is, do we list it today? Do we list it next week? What should we do? So what we do is I take a look at what is going on in the market. And so I'm going to share my screen with you and share with you very quickly how I analyze this in case you are thinking about potentially listing your property and want to think about timing as well. So first off, what I look at over here is I do something called a market watch. I look at anything that is happening in the area, and I'm specifically looking at one bedroom, one bathroom apartments in Greenwich Village. But if you have a $5 million property on the Upper East Side in the 70s, 80s, I would more tie it down to, in a condo, for example, I would tie it down specifically to that. So for this particular example, looking at one bedroom, one bathroom apartments in doorman buildings in Greenwich Village, in co-op buildings, and what has happened in the last 30 days. And what I first of all do is I look at what's happened in the last 7 days, because today, when I'm recording this, it is actually January 6th. So I want to look at what happened this year. And what I find that what's happened so far in the last 7 days is there's only one property that has actually come onto the market at 111 4th Avenue, building I know quite well, sold a bunch of units in, I guess, all these buildings here. But it came active, but it's also a listing that had expired. So the listing expired and now they've relisted it. It's an active listing. So it's new, but kind of a holdover from last year. Other than that, we have a property that got signed this past week, but it gets signed on January 2nd, which probably means they were about to sign a contract before New Year's. It just didn't get worked out. So they waited till everybody came back to the office first of the year. I kind of see that as a December sale. We aside from that, we had 3 price reductions, meaning in these properties, they are properties that probably were on the market last year, were thinking about doing a reduction, didn't want to do it in December, wanted to wait for the new year and do, make the adjustment at that point. So just at the beginning of the year, they finally hit that, hey, let's adjust the price down. So again, something following from 2022 into 2023. But I'm really not seeing much that's happened this past week, which is what makes sense to me. The first week of the year is always a time where people are thinking about what they should do. And if I look at the last 30 days, I find the one contract signed that we just discussed, the holdover from the year before, and then we have 2 properties in December that went into contract. A few sold, but they went into contract 3 months ago, probably. So something that sells is kind of old data, because you get a signed contract and then you go through board approval and it takes 3 months. So really, that's what happened in maybe August time. So really what I see here is in December, there were 2 new listings that came to the market, also buildings I've sold in and know well. These are all kind of fun buildings. Great properties if you know anybody looking in this area. But 2 listings came to the market in December, so only 2. And I just find this very fascinating. My takeaway over here is, good thing we didn't put it on the property this past week. We may list this property this coming week because people are going to start to come back to the market next week. And you always have to decide, do you want to be one of the newer listings that come to the market so everybody sees you? Or do you want to wait as you get closer to April when there's a lot more listings on the market? There may be more buyers that come to the market at that time, but there's also more competition. These are some of the things that I think about on a daily basis about all my listings, about when we adjust the price, when we do open houses, when we list properties, and how we market properties, how we position properties. And hopefully from time to time, I'll share this knowledge with you as well. Hope you found it valuable. Please, if you're watching this, send me a quick response. Hey, I got it. Hey, I watched it, because your feedback lets me know that this is something that I should continue doing. And it also tells Google you like what I put out there. And we all appreciate that. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great, happy start of the year.